Hi, everyone. I met Ravi about a year ago as we were looking and thinking about new leader for AIF. And as I met Ravi, we were having breakfast, and he told me about his career and what he was doing. Ravi had been in the financial services industry for 33 years as a very senior executive at Standard Chartered, Citigroup, and so on. And he told me about his life and what he was interested in and so on. And I found myself talking to a very smart, passionate, driven individual. And I couldn't help thinking to myself, hey, wouldn't it be great to have somebody like Ravi come on board and join the AIF family? And as I left the breakfast, the only other thought I had is, why would someone who has had such a phenomenal and successful corporate career, or what would we have to do to convince him to come and join the AIF team? A year later, of course, Ravi is now the CEO of AIF, and I'll let him tell you what convinced him to join AIF. And with that, I'd like to introduce Ravi.
Namaste and good evening. Can everybody right at the back, are you able to hear me clearly? Wonderful. So there are 578 of you in this room. It's a fantastic evening. I want to start by thanking you for coming this evening and supporting us. You know, I want to share with you the feeling that I'm feeling at this point of time. It reminds me of a feeling that I had in 1987 when my first son was born. You know, I felt very happy, I felt excited, and I felt really responsible. That's exactly the same feeling that I have today. What Lata and the rest of the board members have done in the last 12 years, with the support of the Indian diaspora, which is what you represent, and the India well-wishers that you represent, is phenomenal. You know the numbers she talked about? It's $80 million donated by you over the last 12 years. We work in 22 states with the help of that. We work with 225 creditable NGOs on the ground, and we have helped. Our beneficiary number is 1.7 million. It's a phenomenal number. I'm repeating that number, but I'm going to ask my board members to kindly stand up and receive a standing applause from you. Lata, Pradeep Kashyap, Venkat, Sridhar, Ravi Reddy, Diaz, thank you very much. So I just want to take a minute and break down this number of 1.7 million that we have achieved till now. You know, through this program called Digital Equalizer, we work in 2,541 schools in 14 states in India. We have trained 29,500 teachers, and there are 857,000 young minds who now have the opportunity to see the possibilities that is waiting for them in the 21st century. Through the second program, called the LAMP program, we have given quality education to 280,000 children of migrant laborers. The third program, which is the MATS program, which is vocational training program, we have trained 105,000 disadvantaged youth in India and provided 71% of them with job opportunities. Through this program called Ricksha Sangh, there are 41,500 people who now own rickshaws. You know, it used to take them 15 years through the informal sector financing, And we have we have put them on the formal financial sector, and it takes them only 15 months to own the rickshaw. 41,500, they support about 5 people in their family. That's a beneficiary group of about 200,000. You had Sridhar talk about the fellowship program. It's a phenomenal program, the program that President Bill Clinton really loves. I don't know how many here know the connection that we have because of the way the institute, because of the way the foundation started. So I just want to take you back for a minute to 26th of January 2001, when there was this tragic earthquake that happened in Gujarat. So that's what got Bill Clinton, at the request of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, to go around talking to the leaders of the Indian community in the East Coast, in the West Coast, and everywhere in the US. They all sat together, they strategized, and what came out of that is American India Foundation. So it's the Indian diaspora, it's the India well-wishers who got this started in 2001, and the journey that we have taken in the last 12 years is pretty impressive. And I want to thank you for that because you made it all possible. So give yourself a huge round of applause. Diaz asked me to talk about my motivation. I can make it a long story, but I'll make it really short. Lata alluded to that in her speech. So it was he's now 25 years old, my firstborn. He was a sophomore in Swarthmore College, and he worked with Pradeep Kashyap, the vice chair of my board, for about 10 weeks as the summer training program. So he finished his summer training program, and he walked home literally victorious. And then in the dinner table conversation, he actually challenged me. He said, "Dad, you can actually do much better." He actually said that, and he said, "You should quit Citibank and join AIF." So, of course, my wife and I smiled at him, and he said, "Tell me more." And he started telling more. And that conversation went on for many years. And when he got a chance to get out to the real world, he actually had many choices, but he decided to be an inner-city school teacher in Philadelphia, trying to teach mathematics for the 11th graders and the 12th graders. That made me thinking, this is my son. He's doing something amazing. So it was a combination of all this conversation which made me start to volunteer for AIF. And when the opportunity came, when they said, "Hey, we have an opportunity, would you like to take it?" It didn't take me too much time to say yes. So here I am. I'm delighted. I feel honored. I feel privileged, and I feel very humble. So thank you, board, and thank you, all of you. So I just want to touch on 3 points. So I just want to give a different angle to what motivates me. And I want to talk about my 112 days as the CEO of AIF and the plans that we have. And the third thing that I want to talk about is I want to tell you what is the help that I need from you. So let me go to the first one. You have read the statistics before. There are 800 million people in India out of a population of 1.2 billion who earn $2 and less per day to support a family of 4. Break that down a little bit and then go a little bit deeper. There are 348 million people who earn only 52 cents per day to support a family of 4. That's the community AIF serves. That's the community AIF serves with all the help that you provide. My team and I, we wake up every day with the thought that 1 year of good work means 330,000 smiles. That's the number of people we serve in the current year. So we go with the thought that our job is to put smiles on these kids, and I don't think I need any more motivation than that to, get up every day early and do what I'm doing. So that motivates me, and you guys provide me the motivation. Thank you for that. My 112 days and the plans, so started on 1st of January. we had a board meeting in India. 13 of my board members, out of the 15 board members, they were in New Delhi. We visited the projects. We had strategic discussions. Our staff, and we have a new gentleman in India who heads our India operation, Hemant Paul, a fantastic person. So he and the rest of the team, we got together. We have come up with some strategic decisions. Now, I was telling Ramesh during the dinner time, we want to do 5 in 5. So that's the slogan inside. So in 5 years, we want to take the beneficiary number from 1.7 million to 5 million. That's what we want to do. That is something which energizes my team. It energizes me. And, it's not something which is going to happen. There's a lot of things which has to happen behind that. We have to get our messaging clear. We need to ensure that what we are doing reaches out to a lot more people who could be involved. So that's something we are talking about. One of my friends is in Booth School, and he's a fellow classmate from Ahmedabad, and he's going to donate pro bono time to ensure that the messaging is good. We use the social media, we reach out to more people, and ensure that they partnership with us and help us reach the goal. What is it that I want from you? That's the third topic that I want to talk about. We want to reach out to a lot more people in the Indian diaspora. Each one of you has got lots of your friends. I would request that you ensure all your friends know about AIF. If you have a big meeting in your house where there are a lot of friends who come for the parties, invite us. We would like to come and talk 10 or 15 minutes about how they could be philanthropically involved with AIF. We also getting the messages, this kind of messages, we're just making it clear. We're trying to tell them that 100% of the money they donate, it goes directly to the programs, because the overheads are covered by the board and the trustees. So this is a powerful message. We would like you to pass this message on to your friends who would like to be involved. And I'm sure you have tons of ideas. These are some simple ideas that I have. You have tons of ideas. I want to talk to each and every one of the 578. I think I've covered about 100, 150 people, but I'd like to talk to each and every one of you. I'd like to get your ideas, and I want you to wish us luck. Thank you very much. So meeting like this is a leadership meeting. And when I think of leader, I think of a person who inspires a lot of people. His life is a message of leadership. We have the AIF Clinton Fellows who talked about what they are doing. What they are doing is every day, that's what they do. They are the change that they would like to see in the world. And I want to go to the next message that Gandhi said in the last 30 days that he was alive. This is not something I read when I was in the school, but in the last 10 years, I'm told the NCERT books in India, they carry this message. I'll leave you to read this message. It's pretty powerful as far as I was concerned. I was in Gadchiroli in Maharashtra talking to Dr. Abai Bang, and he is one of the Gandhians that I shook hands with. I spent a couple of days with him. He helps us in terms of the Mansi program, which is focused on reducing infant mortality rate. But what a powerful message. I would like all of us to think of this message, as often as we could. So I'll leave it at that, and I look forward to your support. Thank you very much.